March 2023, a group of researchers formed the Truth Mafia, a collective determined to investigate conspiracies and occult mysteries that have been buried for centuries. With a passion for uncovering the truth, they delve into the darkest corners of history, pop culture, and ancient mysteries, seeking answers to questions that have plagued humanity for ages. The Truth Mafia is led by Tommy Truthful, a man shrouded in mystery and intrigue, dedicated to uncovering the hidden truths behind some of the world's most perplexing and enigmatic phenomena. Their research has led them down countless rabbit holes, from deciphering ancient symbols to exploring the hidden meanings behind popular media and literature. Despite the risks and challenges they face, the Truth Mafia remains steadfast in their quest for knowledge. Will their investigations lead to groundbreaking revelations, or will they unravel an even deeper web of secrets and lies? Only time will tell in this ongoing saga of conspiracy and intrigue.
Welcome to another episode of the Truth Mafia podcast. Let me take these damn keys off my neck. Sorry about that, guys. Here with special guests tonight and brother, episode 322. So, I had to bring on the big guns, and Paranoid American is with us, and our brother from Gray Pill Podcast, Jewel. What's up, guys?
What's going on, man? Happy to be here.
This is a special occasion.
A special occasion.
Episode
Turn them
322, everybody.
How you guys doing, man?
Good, man. I'm hype. I'm hype about being back on it with you, man.
Me too, bro. It's been too long. I always have fun doing them with you, so we like to clown and shit. And I told before the show, guys, I was telling Paranoid American that his homeboys are starting to wild out here. We was
these Florida men?
The Masons. Yeah. Well, I mean, they can't calm down yet. We got a whole bunch of stuff they're going to have to do. There might be a few more events this year, but around Christmas, they're all going to settle down. I got it on good word.
They're going to settle down. I heard. See, now I think they're going to ramp it up around December, bro. I think it's
a little bit before December, maybe November.
October's going to be real too. Watch, Mark.
See, but I'm going to have to tell them that you're on to them, and then they're going to have to shift plans a little bit. Like we might postpone the next one till February. I don't know yet.
But it is weird though. Like I mean, we're saying this joking, guys, but in reality, like that is crazy. Like what I would call a controlled event. Let's say that because we're on YouTube, so I don't get in trouble. Every controlled event I see them there, and I'm like, what is going on with this? It's kind of getting weird, man. It's kind of getting weird. I mean, it's not one, not two, like every one. You think they do that to shift attention from people that are really running shit on the top?
I mean,
Paranoid?
Thomas?
I mean, I feel that if I was a newscaster and I'm looking around and I'm surveying and I'm seeing everyone that shows up and I see someone that's got a square and compass on the hat, like I'm going directly to them, right? For so many reasons, just because it stirs the pot a little bit. Maybe they do have some crazy insight. People are going to probably clip it. Versus just some regular schmo that's got like a NASCAR hat, right? If you find someone with a square and compass, guaranteed you're gonna tickle the algorithm just a little bit.
It's definitely gonna be clickbait. So I think they know clickbait too. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It seems like there's a lot of weird things going on right now. Like all this stuff in Aurora, Colorado. Have you guys heard about any of this yet? Paranoid?
With the gangs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much I want to believe yet, man. I believe that it's possible, but I really don't know. Like, it seems that it's been allowed to happen. It's one of those like 9/11 things, right? Where it's like, did the government not know at all? Probably not. Like, they probably knew. So then it's like, did they know and then help facilitate it, or did they like start it and help facilitate it? Like, I don't know where I'm at on that.
What if this was like some kind of test run to see how the country reacted to it, which was a shit reaction, by the way. They should have we are on YouTube. They should have let concerned citizens go and protect their city, right? Where they're raising their kids. So I was thinking about it actually on my way home from work in the car. Like, what if this was some like a controlled op or something that they're kind of running right now that they're going to implement even harder in the future.
I'm thinking it is something like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like some beta test to see how we react. But I think they are planning a major event, which will be like that, where they're gonna send sleeper agents like that around to people's door to scare the shit out of them, and it's all to probably get us to submit to something. They always got some agenda.
Yeah, and to give up our guns, right? Just willingly, just give them to the
Good luck,
agents.
man. They've been trying
Good
that for
luck.
centuries.
Like,
you know what I mean?
I'm sitting here with a chopper and a 50 right by my feet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
No
playing.
comment. Let's just say that I live in
Oh,
Florida.
dude,
It's
our
almost
stand your ground
mandatory.
laws here in this state are great. So yeah, come on my property.
So you guys don't think they'll ever get the guns?
I mean, if they pry 'em from
define
people's
ever.
cold,
Ever,
dead
yeah.
finger.
Well, how about in our lifetime?
I think that they'll probably have some strongly persuaded buyback programs that'll scare a lot of people into like if you don't do it, you're a felon. Because they've done that a few times with the arm braces, right? Which is kind of like a specific thing, because if you're a disabled vet or if you've actually got like if you need to use it. So if anyone doesn't know about this, like the ATF's been going back and forth for the last forever, but for the last like 4 to 5 years very seriously on arm braces, and at certain points the ATF has defined an arm brace as being requiring like a tax stamp, like an NFA tax stamp, versus it just being like a stabilizer that anyone can own for any reason. And currently you're allowed to have it, but it's been like in the last year or two there was like a moment in time when the ATF basically said you're a felon. If you don't register this thing within, X days, then you are now essentially a felon and you're causing like all these issues. But then lawsuits go through and then it gets repealed. So then it's like, okay, never mind. You weren't a felon. Well, maybe you were for those 3 or 4 months, but now you're not until we pass it back through again. So like that's going to be the dance though, is that they're going to basically say like anyone that's got something that's capable of holding more than 10 little things in it. I'm trying to dance around all the words but if it holds more than 10, then it's going to be a felony. And then it might take like 5 or 6 years in order for someone to fight back at that, and they have to like repeal it. But in that course of time, right, like you can actually get people. And it's the same thing. Like, remember back in the early 2000s, the RIAA and the MPAA were just suing everyone, little kids and grannies. And like, if you downloaded the Hulk, grandma's going to jail. We're taking grandma's house. You know what I mean?
I don't know what the RIAA is. I've just heard songs like
this is the recording
like
industry artists association.
Me, sorry, I didn't mean to curse.
It's all right. We're past 7 minutes. It should be okay.
Okay. I'm doing a lot better than I usually do.
Though.
So.
But basically what they do, like the tactic is to find the weak links. You find the people that are like, okay, here it is. Or yeah, let me register because you asked for the registration or whatever it is. Like the early adopters of whatever crazy new laws. Like there's always going to be someone that's like, okay, yes, govern me harder, daddy. And I think that over time that might actually whittle away until now there's like a minority that hasn't been persuaded.
Yeah, just like the bump stocks. Remember that, bro? So they used what happened in Vegas to get rid of that. And ban that.
I mean, that was Donald Trump in particular by name. And he basically said, dude, he said, so I'm going to paraphrase it, but it was like, we're going to ban the bump stocks now. We'll worry about the law later. Like we'll figure out how to legally do it, but like they're gone now. And it happened. Like you couldn't buy them after that happened.
Yeah. And that was crazy. That was crazy.
Dude, that's one of the reasons that I don't think I'll ever trust Trump ever again on anything. Why are gun nuts
so like gung ho for Trump?
What's that?
Why are gun nuts so like gung ho for Trump?
Because compared to the opposition, he's like the only option, literally the only option.
Yeah.
But I don't feel that he's really passionate about it. You know what I mean? He does it for the political capital. He doesn't. I don't think he really cares. He's got people that do that for him.
Yeah, Trump ain't tweeting on his own either. He's got people that does all that, and they're all the same. Joe Biden, Trump, Kamala. It doesn't matter. You know
Do
what
you
I'm
think
saying?
he changed his mind at all after the little ear clip that he got? Do you think that now he's like, maybe we should take him away?
Right.
You know, I'll tell you what. I mean, a couple days later, his ear had no marks on it. So what was
Dude.
that about?
It's spotless.
Yeah, that's
It's-
suspect. Is
It's crazy.
bro, I ain't
bro.
falling for none of that.
Yeah,
Plus,
dude.
you're talking about the most trained people in the world. Let this dude get up on the building. I'm not buying it, bro. The whole thing looks staged to me, bro. And we know they do. If you don't realize out there, yes, they do psychological operations. You can even look up crisis actors. They pay people. You know, this ain't no conspiracy. This is a fact.
I know.
So
I've done it. I did it at Disney, bro. We actually cast crisis actors for a real simulation for the Florida Department of Emergency Management. So they contact Disney every few years if they win the bid or whatever. They used to, and they'll basically say, we're gonna simulate a campus incident, and they'll put out like fake social media posts. Like they'll do all the thing. Have like a fake little news report, and then they'll have like a tabletop exploration where you've got an actual mayor and like all of the people that would actually be calling these shots, but they're just sitting around a table and they're saying like, okay, you call this and we'll do this. And they kind of like make believe. It's almost like one of those student council or like student UNs where people like all these kids go to DC and they're like, all right, I'll be Germany and you be Russia and we're going to go to war. But like, it's all kind of done through conversation. That happens for real. Every single year, and they actually cast people to do it. They're called like they put out all calls and everything. Like it's a real thing that really happens.
It makes me look at every single situation that you see differently. Yeah. Like what she just said. Totally. What's up, Scott? Yeah, man. That's why you gotta stay questioning.
Look at where these alleged gangs are right now. They're in Aurora, Colorado, right? So. I just did a blog about this today, guys. Here, let me share my screen and show you guys a couple.
What are the gun laws like there?
Well, I know there's a lot of liberals. There's a lot of liberals out there. I don't know. They wouldn't try that shit here where I live. I know that for sure. But so I made this Wuhan bat soup because the root of the problem with everything going on in the world. Remember, someone ate some bat soup over there, and
right.
It all ties back to Batman.
It was a pangolin, I think. That was the original explanation. Is someone ate a pangolin?
Whatever. But you know, it was a bat. Here, I got the thing. I even got the screenshot when they said it, bro.
A pangolin. What's that?
Let me show you.
Well, they originally blamed it on wet market. That was one of the original theories.
Right.
And a wet market is basically where you just go to get a bunch of questionable, exotic animals that might be mislabeled or endangered or who knows.
I thought it was a fish market.
Right here.
No,
remember? Look.
Not a fish market. Well, I mean, it's kind of a fish market, but it's like everything.
It was. I was like, oh, the wet market. It's by the ocean.
Full screen layout. There we go. Okay, sorry guys. So you see this? That was Daily Mirror. Remember when they came out with that?
Yeah.
Could have been spread by a bat.
Jesus, so, is that a bat in a bowl of soup? What is that?
Yeah, that's what they said it started from.
Oh,
and Trump said, I am Batman. He told the boy on the helicopter. There's this whole Batman theme connection to it. We had it with Matthew Perry, too, who said, I am Batman. And there's this whole Batman shit.
Yeah, before he went through the whole water death, that whole ritual, which ties into every mystery school. Even ties into every religion.
Yeah, it's pretty
crazy. You
crazy.
kind of see that for what it was when it happened.
I want to show this one thing to Paranoid. Hold on, bro. Look at this, bro.
Even though Friends sucked. Friends was a terrible show.
Terrible. Oh, here's the gang, too. The name of the gang.
Scrubs. Two worst shows. Sorry, Tommy.
Oh, you're fine. The name of the gang equals 666, guys. And let me start up here.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm not going to mention this thing because it'll get us in trouble. But that was a psyop too by that whole Trump movement.
Shushan.
Yeah. So it equals 666. and look, that was a D-Wave quantum computer. It has a giant Q on the side of it. His name is Tyler. That was running that bullshit psyop on you. But anyways, Noah Hyde law is a 666, and these are death by guillotines.
Dude.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that word.
Will you live by the laws? Will you live by the laws, Tommy?
No, I mean, look,
The
the
Noah Hyde laws?
laws, if you read the laws, they're not that bad.
They're
Like,
not bad at all. It's just who's enforcing them, right?
but the problem is they want to kill us for saying if you don't
That's what I'm
denounce
saying.
Jesus,
They're
that's the
enforcing them,
problem.
and so
And this is real, guys. This ain't nothing fake. This was really passed. Public Law 102-14.
yeah,
in the
guys, the
102nd
rabbis
Congress.
or the priest of this religion of Judaism, the rabbis, obviously, they talk about this stuff in their yeshiva classes, which are it's like seminary for rabbis, because for years no Gentiles were watching that content, right? And so now you have a lot of people diving into it.
And that's what I think they use this for,
something
to track. Because what was that movement? That whole movement behind Trump? Christian conservatives, right? Christian conservative patriots. Now they know who you are because they weaponized them hashtags. All them hashtags they were using, save the kids, all of them. They were weaponized, and that's why we seen it was like a major algorithmic wipeout where they got rid of all of them pages. Now you don't see none of them no more. But now they know exactly who you are. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly what you stand for, allegedly. And let's not forget, our country, back when they ran Operation Jade Helm in 2015, that's when all the Walmarts were getting shut down, and there was conspiracies going around about they were open FEMA camps under them and stuff. Well, probably was true. One thing I do know, they bought a bunch of guillotines. Why? Why did our government buy guillotines? That's what I would like to know. Then you start looking into it, and it all goes back to organ harvesting, bro. Like these people, some dark shit. You know, if you chop someone's head off, you can still get the organs. Just like the epidemic we're seeing with fentanyl right now. Well, with the heroin, it was messing up their kidneys and their liver. So what did they do? They bring in this Fetty that doesn't destroy their organs at all. And the number one person that donate their organs are fentanyl overdoses.
Really? That's uncanny.
You think that's just coincidental? No.
Right.
I mean, these
Not
people,
at all.
they're on some crazy shit, man. They
for
really
sure,
are.
dude.
But you guys should check out this blog over here. I break it all down in this blog. It's on truthmafia.com, and it gets into Batman, the connection in Dark Knight Rise. So we had the incident that took place at the school, and well, in Dark Knight Rise, Paranoid American, did you know that they have a picture of the map Sandy Hook with a circle on it, and it says strike zone? And then look at this. This is from the movie Dark Knight Rise, too. It says Aurora right there. Look, Aurora on the building. And then down here, look at this. Let me pull up the strike zone. Hold on a second.
I remember as all this was coming out and all this was being exposed, like in real time. It was surreal, man.
Vane, remember? And this was 322 in the stadium. It's right on the stadium, giant as shit. 322, and he wore a mask, locked down the city, canceled sporting events. The root of the problem, a bat.
Who, Bane?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He had the OG mask.
Okay.
If you can't see the symbolism there, you can't see. And there's the 322 right there. Boom, everything was blowing up. The football player was running down the field, number 86. We talked about this yesterday. And then 1986 was the year they passed them laws, the jab laws, the allegedly protect children. But right. Nephilim equals 86 too in English ordinal. So, that's their little number. They love that number. And in Sandy Hook, right there it is. This is before the incident took place there. You know what I'm saying? So that's some predictive programming at its finest. What'd you think about that, Paranoid?
I mean, this is the exact thing that got Alex Jones in all that trouble, right? Was just poking into this a little bit. So I don't know what I think about it. I think that the official story is probably the accurate one, and we've all seen that by how many billions of dollars Alex Jones got sued for. They never would have sued him for that much money if it was all a big lie, like we're saying, right?
Yeah. Well, this kid, man. So the crazy thing is, when you read this, you'll find out that Adam Lanza and his father, they were on the same board together, bro, in this business. So how are two of these shooters' dads best buddies and on the board of this company together? That to me is crazy. Now, I'm not saying no one. I don't know if anybody passed away or that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just pointing out that the predictive programming aspect of it in Batman, that it was way before it happened. You know, you can't deny that. So, and then the connection between here, I'll show you. Their fathers is unreal, dude. Let me go up here. It's like,
Man, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but I could have sworn that there was like a talk from Adam Lanza where he was talking about time travel and like multiple dimensions and all kinds of weird stuff.
yeah, I have it down there. I have the video down there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think they got. I don't know what is going on, if they're CIA or not, but something ain't right here. You know, they were both their dads in the wake of the mass murders that took place in Newton, Connecticut on December 14th. Information on the shooter and his family is slowly being discovered by law enforcement and sources so in December 14th too, that's the day the jabs went live in the United States during that corona eclipse. But both fathers of these people were expected to testify in the scandal that rocked the banking world back. This was a while back in June, you know, when that all took place. The father of Newton, Connecticut, Adam Lanza, and Peter Lanza, his name is Peter Lanza, who is a VP and tax director at GE Financial. The father of the Aurora, Colorado movie theater shooter James Holmes is Robert Holmes, and he's the lead scientist for the credit score company FICO. Both men were to testify before the U.S. Senate in the ongoing scandal, the London interbank offered rate is what that was, the scandal. It was a while back, right? But ain't that kind of weird? Both of them were involved in that.
I mean, just a coincidence, probably.
Yeah.
And Interbank, I think, also got hit for RICO Act because they were helping all sorts of international gangs and criminal organizations basically do business internationally.
Dude, it's so weird. Like when you really dive into this stuff and see how it's all connected. Like, what is the chances of them two being in a court case together, and then both their kids were involved in major, you know, shooting events?
Major.
Very strange to me.
Whenever someone says, "What are the chances?" 100%. That was the chance. It was 100% of it happening because it happened.
That's crazy, man.
It is crazy. It is so crazy. And
I wanted to say too, Tommy, I 100% agree with you that you had this post the other day where you were talking about like the Venezuelan gang that took over the apartment block, but it's kind of like, where's the good old American gangs at? Like, how come they're not fighting for good old American turf? Where are those, like, you know?
Where they at?
Yeah, where they at? Like, it's time to put up.
I was like, shout out to all the Crips, Bloods, Vice
They could become heroes in a really weird way, but I guarantee you that like they would not be seen. Maybe the government would. Maybe the government would put them in jail anyways. But like to the people, they'd be heroes.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you see they're doing it in Colorado, right? So that's very liberal out there. They would not try that shit. Tell them to go to Chicago and try it. Go,
right.
You know, go down to the south side of Chicago and try that shit, and let me know how that works out for you. Go to Detroit, anywhere
Even
in the Midwest.
Them coming down south, like if they were to come to Mississippi, holy shit. They would be
Well,
massacred. They wouldn't even make it across the state line. Everyone here owns at least, I'd say
be
5 to
careful,
10
Joel. Be
firearms.
careful. You can't say they would be. You know, you don't want to say nothing would
Oh,
happen.
sorry,
Got to be careful.
Tommy.
But,
I'm not as
but no, them good old boys
experienced
down there. You know, they.
at
I
censoring
said this the other
myself.
day too. I said the flyover states like Middle America, where they're out there catfishing with their fucking arm, sticking their arm down catfishing. Like them people, you don't want to mess with them, dude. They
Yeah,
ain't.
the Cajun military, the Cajun army, or Cajun Navy. That's what it is, Cajun Navy. The ones that actually go out and save people when the government shuts down and says, "Oh, you know, we can't put anyone at risk."
I heard
HR
the
and
Hell's
lawsuits.
Angels were going to go take care of them.
But
That would be pretty sick.
they're controlled too. That
Yeah.
organization is totally. If you don't think they have CIA ties, you're tripping.
It's probably all just FBI at this point. It's almost like Elohim City or whatever, like a whole city that's supposed to be a bunch of radicals and militias, but it's just alphabet soup up there.
I just don't understand how you rob a gun store.
Well,
They do it here all the time. We've got like a
Oh,
superstore here, and it just got
I
like
get it.
smash and grabbed.
But when it's a Venezuelan gang, a migrant gang, I don't know. I just feel like I would open fire as soon as they walk through the door. Well, this isn't Colorado. It may be a high. It
It happens all the time, man. Like, there's not a lot of
Hispanics
people
there.
willing, because usually the guy
Not many
behind
here.
that counter, he's just making minimum wage or not making like the most either. So it's like, what am I going to take a stand for the guy that owns the place that doesn't even show up? You know what I mean?
Right. Well,
Like, take it, bro. Take it all.
Well, who's? I mean, did they kill the guy that? Sorry, did they unalive?
well, I'm about to cut you off. You do that again, bro. You're gonna get my damn YouTube taken
I'm
down.
sorry, Tommy.
I don't. Come on, man.
I'm trying. I'm sorry.
You got to try a little harder, brother.
I'm sorry.
We're
Did
live.
did they unalive
There you go.
anyone during that situation, or was it just
I don't
they
know, but
rushed the gun store?
There was women crying on the news saying that they were waiting for the cops to show up and no one ever showed up. So, I mean, they were like in there for, quite some time, it seemed like.
The second you find yourself waiting for police to arrive, you already know that like it's time to take whatever action you can into your hands. Either get out or do what you're waiting for the cops to get there to do. And if you can, then just get out.
Yeah, I just hate that situation. Excuse me. I just hate that situation for those people, man. They probably weren't expecting it at all.
No, I mean, it's sad.
Sucks that this is happening. Yeah, no, it's sad.
If it even is really happening, because you want to know my true opinion about all this shit.
Yeah,
I think we're in some type of event that has to do with the sun, bro. And it's kind of like you ever watch that movie Greenland, Jewel?
No.
Well, you should watch it. Greenland, it's like this
Who's
giant fucking comet's coming or something. It's called Clark. It looks just like Nibiru, right? Looks like the winged planet. And dude, and at first I was the biggest flat earther in the whole world. But then I started to think, I don't know, man, something's up with this Nibiru shit. And I keep seeing it encoded and everything. So I don't know if they're causing the natural disasters with some type of HAART geoengineering technology, using it as population control, or we're actually going through a cyclical event that actually happens because of the sun and we're in the solar maximum and they know a big percentage of the populace is going to die. And that's what's really going on. Colorado. Now, listen, here's the funny thing. With that whole theory about Nibiru, Colorado is the place they always said that they had the underground bunkers in this, like, went down 80 floors down, some command center in Colorado that they would go to. And that was the one location that wouldn't get hit because they were planning on like California getting, completely wiped out. And the funny thing is, in 2013, the CIA declassified this file called The Adam and Eve Story. And it was a book written by Chan Thomas. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Vaguely, you're gonna have to refresh me.
So in this book, you could pull it up right now, bro. It's on the CIA's website. And in this book, it talks about these cyclical events that one caused the Great Flood. And it says that California will be washed away like a grain of sand. It said like 200-foot tsunamis will wipe it out. And I don't know. At first, I didn't believe it, but then I'm seeing the programming and the coding and all the movies, man. Like that Knock at the Cabin. 38 minutes into that movie, a giant tsunami just takes out the whole coast of California.
I never saw that one.
It was like
Maybe I did.
kind of a play on the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, with the big dude that used to wrestle.
Yeah, he just kills himself at the end, stabbing himself.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a weird movie. But that 38 number, in Gematria, this is one of the biggest numbers. It's on the cover of Murder by Numbers, the number 38. And we're seeing it a lot in the news right now, all over different stories. Like, for example, the gang, that was tied to 38th Street. And then George Floyd, he allegedly died on 38th Street. Well, RIP, kill, death, murder, all equals 38, in Gematria. So, I think that's my personal opinion. I think we're in some type of an event, man. I really do. And I think they got AI running the media. I think these motherfuckers ain't home, dude. They left us to ourselves. They're underground, probably chilling in their nice little bunker down there, stole all of our food. They're feeding us a bunch of bullshit up here while they took all the good stuff. And that's my true opinion.
I mean, it would make so much sense too when you're talking about like the weather manipulation and stuff. It seems that the most advanced version of any of these theories would be if they could get us to do it to ourselves. So if they could just set us up into a system that like does the weather modification on its own, so that like there's not like a they that's doing it. Like we end up doing all of it to ourselves. We move to California, we get swept away. And I think that you're kind of right too about the AI is babysitting us. They're telling us like, hey, get ready to eat bugs, right? Like get ready to start just eating cricket powder as your protein intake source. And this has come up before. And what if it's almost like, I want to say like they're being good guys. That's not the case. They're not being good guys, but they're like, hey, we're just letting you know, you might want to start easing a little bit of bug into your palate because it's going to be like the only sustainable food income. And you're, by the way, you're welcome. You've got AI now, so that when all of the government sort of services just completely collapse, you can still rely on asking AI for whatever you need. How do I fix my whatever? It's gonna be all reliant on AI. But it's gonna get a little bit scary too, because AI is going to start making the decisions whether or not you get help versus somebody else.
Yeah. And dude, like if they are, I mean, if it is a cyclical event like that, they wouldn't want the populace to know, because they'd flip out. And a matter of fact, the movie, The Core, remember that movie, The Core, guys?
The Core?
It came out like the 90s.
Early 2000s, maybe.
That's like the plot of that movie, though. If you go back and watch it, the core of the Earth stopped spinning. They had to build this special ship to get down into the core. And they used that skinny kid from Hustle and Flow, the real funny-looking nerdy dude. He was like a computer hacker.
Was in The New Guy.
Huh?
The movie The New Guy? You don't remember that movie?
But might be that guy. But he was a computer hacker, and his job for the government was to like all the websites and shit and all the message boards that people were talking about, man, we're having crazy weather and this is going on because they were having all these natural disasters from the core stop spinning. His job was to put out disinformation and keep them all away from the truth. I'm like, damn, if that ain't what is really going on, you got to go back and watch it, man. It's pretty crazy. And we know for sure that they definitely show us the truth in movies, whether, it's part of some type of ritual or whatever. I don't know. People call it revelation of the method, predictive programming, lesser magic. But we Paranoid, me and you cover movies a lot, bro. And we see it over and over again. I mean, how many movies did we see 9/11, the towers collapsed before they collapsed?
Man, I'm trying to look up too, and I don't think that we've seen this one before. There's a TV show. I've been pushing it, and I want to keep pushing it because it's right down this alley. It was a UK show, and I think it had like Pam from The Office in it, but it's all about how the elites have got these underground bunkers and that they know that there's going to be this huge cataclysmic event coming. And the reason that they don't want anyone to know, it's not just because everyone's going to freak out, but everyone's going to like try and find where all these old military bunkers and like and there's a very limited amount of space when it comes to that. And even if you find that space, you can only stack it with so much non-perishable items that are supposed to last you for who knows how many decades underground. So like there's this entire aspect of they don't want anyone to know until it becomes so obvious, and they'll keep lying to you. They'll keep being like, no, it's fine. Don't worry. The sun's not exploding. You know what I mean? Like they'll be like, no, it's totally fine. And then the whole time they're just like stacking everything up. So at the very last second, when everyone realizes that it's really going down, they're already like miles underground. They've got all the different doors kind of shut and bolted closed, and like there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I think that is what is going on, bro. Because look, before the whole Code Red thing, the Rona, before we went on lockdown, there was all this weird movement from New Zealand, Australia, and what's it called, Argentina, down at the coast. All these ships and planes were going down to Antarctica, and there was all these weird conspiracies about it. But dude, I think it was tied to this shit, right? And then you've seen, like, if you look up how many people work in Antarctica now, there's like a ton of people down there. And before there wasn't, before the whole Rona shit happened, there wasn't all these people down there. So I think they've used many different distractions to keep our attention on other things. And the whole time, like you said, they're just stacking up, getting ready. And yeah, you wouldn't want the people to find out like, oh yeah, they went underground, because people are going to start trying to get down there.
It's called You, Me, and the Apocalypse. It's the series. We absolutely have to watch it. At least watch the first couple episodes, and if you don't absolutely love it, then I'll eat my freaking Mason hat live on air.
You, Me, and the Apocalypse.
You, Me, and the Apocalypse. It was a mini series. It's like a standalone little thing. And it came out in 2015. It's almost 10 years old now, but it's got a bunch of really good people. It's got Jenna Fisher, who's Pam from The Office. And it's got a whole bunch. It's got Rob Lowe in it, who plays like a priest. And it shows you that like they've got people that are inside the government, like wards of the state, right? You've got prisoners. So it's like their point of view, where they know how to pick locks, and they don't trust the government. So like they've kind of got a leg up on everyone. Anyone's been to jail is like, I don't trust what they're saying. So you've got criminals. You can see it from the military point of view. You can see it from like the rich people point of view, and then you can see it from the religious point of view, where like the Rob Lowe is acting as this preacher, and he thinks it's the Antichrist that's coming back to the earth, but everyone else thinks it's just going to be some big cataclysmic event. But the whole underlying theme is that nobody is spilling the beans. Like they're just kind of figuring out for themselves. And meanwhile, the elite have like been working on it for 100 years. They've already got like pimped out underground mansions with like all the bells and whistles that you could want
everywhere. No, it wouldn't surprise me if there were tons and tons, like throughout inside the earth, just apartments and transports. They just everything you need to have an underground civilization, they already have built.
And look at the January 28th day, guys, the 128. So a ton of major events happen, right? The Challenger blew up on January 28th. 73 seconds after takeoff, too, which sacrifices 73. And then I swear to God, all them people are still alive. And they allegedly have twin brothers and shit. I did a whole blog about it and showed you who they are. I mean, it's crazy.
You said 77?
73 seconds after takeoff.
Okay.
English ordinal gematria sacrifice to 73. So January 28th, the bridge collapsed in Pittsburgh. The day Joe Biden was going to do the infrastructure bill, the Challenger blew up. The whole 128 code Donut talks about, I got him hip to this shit. And the towers collapsed at 10:28 a.m., right? And then you had Matthew Perry die October 28th, which is 128. That was also the day that movie Inferno came out, where they have some genetic, like, designer virus that attacks our DNA. And that's Bill Gates's birthday, too, on that day, which was also Julia Roberts' birthday, Matthew Perry's ex. And then she was the star in the movie Leave the World Behind, which came out on 12/8. So there's this whole 128 connection. The Eiffel Tower, it was erected on January 28th, 137 years ago. And you know how important that 137 number is, which is the 33rd prime number. So, yeah, I think I got my eye on that. The Eiffel Tower, something might take place there. But like with 9/11, bro, my theory is I think that let us know we were a certain amount of years from this major event that the government's been planning for. You know what I mean? And the new one, and then again we had the bridge collapse in Baltimore at 1:28 a.m. and bridge collapse equals 128. So there's a whole thing there, and I see that with this one, You, Me, and the Apocalypse. I'll watch
I haven't met a single other person that's even seen this series, and it's so good, and it's everything that we talk about constantly.
And look, bro, UK viewers 1.28 million. There's the 128. So this one we should definitely get into this, because that is a number.
Crazy.
That's a number of major psyops.
No, go back, Tommy. Go back. Right next to it was January 28th. That's the first month in 28.
Well, yeah, that's what it said. The series came out.
Sorry, my bad.
Oh yeah, that's when it came out. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, no, I'm saying the views, and then it's the same with the 1 and 28 with January 28th, right? Because it's the first month. 28th of the first month, 1.28. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is. So, then this shit has a lot of crazy stuff with it. 32 days to go, still stuff worth fighting for. 14th October 2015. The 14th of October, that's the day we had that eclipse over the Four Corners area, and that was George Floyd's birthday is October 14th. So that's another occultic day. Yeah, I gotta watch this, bro. I mean,
I'm telling you, you'll love it, man. It's legitimately a really good show.
And look at the cover. I mean, this is definitely it's very much like Greenland, but except probably more from a funny perspective. Let me show you guys Greenland.
It's got like a cross-dressing military general or something too, like the CIA guys, like a cross-dresser. It's a weird show.
If you guys haven't seen this, you're tripping, man. You got to watch this. We got Paranoid. We got to do one on this one, bro. Greenland. And in Greenland, bro, it literally looks just like they describe Nibiru. They look up in the sky, and it's a giant winged disc just coming for you. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, shit. Even Batman, bro, the whole code with Batman, let me show you guys, equals 17, right? In Chaldean, which is based on 1 through 8. This goes back to the Akkadians. They didn't use the number 9 because they thought it was so divine. So Batman is 17. Well, Nibiru is 17. And so is Harp. All that shit is 17. I think it all ties back to Nibiru. All the global warming shit, all of it. It's just tied to that event. Now, I don't fully understand what it is. You know what I mean? It could be some type, like there's a theory on it called the Phoenix phenomenon. You have many different perspectives. One's called pole shift. That's kind of people that believe we live on a spinning ball. They think it's a 3,600-year cycle. This Nibiru comes around on an elliptical orbit with our sun, right?
Right.
Then you have another school of thought.
It's the one char.
that believes in the plasma apocalypse. That's Jay Dreams, where he thinks plasma will punch a hole in the firmament and cause depressurization, and this is causing the cataclysms, and it's tied to cyclical events. And then you got archaics with the Phoenix phenomenon, and that's more. I mean, I've interviewed him 4 different times, and he's always told me that it was like a weapon system, and he believes it's from some advanced humanoid race from inner Earth that they use it like every time we start to wake up. Humanity wakes up, they hit them with it and put us back to the Stone Age.
It could be all 3 of those things, though, right?
Yeah.
The way I think of, because I've heard the Phoenix event, in a similar way, where it's almost like an Etch-a-Sketch, right? Like if you have the Etch-a-Sketch out, like that there's like a special little thing that you can just use to wipe it off the screen, and like it starts all over again, right? So there's kind of like that premise, and the pole shift is basically if like the North and the South Pole, they either completely swap with each other, or they might like try and do it and then get stuck, and then we've basically lose. I think we lose like the ionosphere or something, and all of a sudden, like rays from outer, if you believe in space, now all of a sudden rays can just immediately beam us. We don't have any sort of force field around the entire Earth if that were to happen. And that kind of seems like it would be a similar experience if there was a plasma apocalypse. If the force field around Earth just goes away because of a pole shift, now all of a sudden you've got what would look like explosions and plasma and like things radioactively deteriorating. But if all that was by design because someone just hit the Etch-a-Sketch, swipe button from some other galaxy or dimension or whatever, it's like it's basically all 3 of those theories at once. It's just it's like the 8 Chinese dudes poking at the elephant kind of deal.
Right, and then you have the Hopi prophecy, and it's really about this event too, where like the blue Kachina and the red. I forget what the red one's called, but the blue one's like the blue Kachina. And when that one shows up, it's not good, dude. If you ever read the Hopi prophecy, it is crazy. And the Native Americans, they talk about the Hopi talk about these like ant people that came up and educated them about these cyclical events. So this is nothing like that just showed up. It's been around since the beginning of time. And we see like the stick man, right?
Yeah.
Jay Dreams breaks that down, how the stick man is a representation of the plasma. So there's definitely something going on. Whether or not it's man-made or natural is what I'm trying to work out.
Yeah, well, that 3,600 year cycle you were talking about with Nibiru, when you read the Sumerian text, I have a whole show that I do on breaking down these deities of these ancient stories and tying them into these other civilizations and other texts, how they're worshipped, the etymology of their names, what symbols they're used to worship. Yeah, basically this in a show, bro. You should come hang out with me one day. It'd be cool.
I got their whole lineage.
Yeah, well, it's 3,600 years on Earth is 1 year on their planet, according to them in their text.
So they were living, like hundreds of thousands of years.
Yeah, bro. Ancient, super ancient.
But then they said, like, when they came here, their DNA started degrading, and they had some type of serum that they would take. And Inky, they said, like, if you read the tablets, Inky was hogging it all. And, he wasn't giving that shit up. He was keeping it for him and his family, which I would have too. Because if you drunk that, it didn't start to degrade you. But like all the people that were supposed to be from Nibiru, and they were bigger than us. That's probably where the stories of the Nephilim come to. But then when you look into the vapor canopy, which we had a vapor canopy back then, in which was more oxygen. That's why everything grew much bigger. So, these Nephilim could have been due to that too.
You're right.
Yeah, like whatever was making like lizards big and make dinosaurs. Like, is it completely far-fetched to think that you could have man or mammals or even like upright walking creatures that were also sort of like following that same thing, right? Like everyone got a little bit of boost of fertilizer.
Well, yeah, I was about to say that, Tommy. Hey, I think my wife's about to come in. Like you had asked, or you had said that you wanted her to come on too. So.
Yeah, that's fine. She can come on.
She's part of Gray Pill too. She just doesn't know it.
And Paranoid. Oh, hey, how you doing, sweetheart?
Hey, this is my wife Olivia. Hold on, I'm about to change the audio so we can hear you because speakers in my headphones.
Paranoid. Did you ever see this, bro? This is in the Talmud, talking about lizards. Some lizard species, bro, that lives in water. So I'm thinking Dagon and all that stuff, right? That's what I was thinking.
Right.
Craft, Cthulhu, Dagon.
Nephilim was like in the sentence right before that.
You seen it? Yeah. They spell it a little different, Nephilim, but because they caused the downfall of the world, name of a demon, they say it's a name of a species of a lizard living in water, which I found that crazy. I'm like, what the hell is this thing?
Are they dinosaurs?
I don't know what they are. They might be something that them Anunnaki things created too. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely very interesting.
Hey, what's up, Olivia?
What's up? How are y'all?
Good. How you doing? Oh, I got a clip I want to show you guys real quick. So
whenever you hear her?
Yeah, we can hear her.
Okay.
We can hear her. I don't know how you got her though, but you know.
Dude, yeah, I definitely
too pretty for you, bro.
Definitely out of my league. Yeah, dude. Well, we've known each other since we were like 12 or 13 and grew up together. Yeah, bro. And
put in that serious work.
Yeah. It is a very long time coming.
I was a total punk kid growing up.
Yeah, we met just going to shows and stuff. I still play drums, but I used to play in a bunch of hardcore bands and stuff. And so, yeah, we got older.
You kind of look like Machine Gun Kelly before he got signed to P. Diddy.
Dude, do you remember when the kids at the pool were saying that to you?
Yeah, at our pool, were there a bunch of black kids or white kids? There was both.
Yeah.
All these kids running up to me being like, "You Machine Gun Kelly." I'm like, "No, I'm not. Stop."
You
start wearing blood around your neck.
You kind of look like him, but before, not the new.
Don't like that guy.
The new dude now, I don't know what the hell happened to him. Now he's drinking blood, and him and Megan are doing all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah, they're doing a bunch of stuff. We don't do all that, Tommy.
Yeah,
but yeah, she got stuck with me.
She is bizarre now.
There's something wrong with that girl too. But
she's looking more and more like a lizard, it seems.
I've seen some crazy videos with her eyes doing some weird stuff, man. The old ones were the best though. Like now they got the 4K videos so they can kind of block it out. But remember the old videos when you would really see the slits in their eyes?
Oh, bro, that's so creepy.
Are you guys? I hear feedback in the mic. Is that coming from them?
Yeah, turn that down. That might help.
Yeah, you guys might not want to watch it. If you're
wouldn't 4K make the lizard eyes show up clearer instead of?
You would think, but we don't see them as much anymore. But they was tweaking out back in the day. I was seeing them all the time, dude. And I got many videos where you can it's actually in the video. You know, you can see it.
Hey, everyone on the chat. Sorry, I just noticed in the chat that people were saying hey.
Oh yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit them smash them like buttons, guys. And
Tommy's got the best chat out of anyone in the game.
Really?
We got some of my people here too, man. They're
well, a lot of them in the chat might not be real though.
A lot of NPCs in the chat, bro.
Let me show you guys what I'm talking about.
What do you mean, Tom?
So the people that you're arguing online with about different things such as politics and city rules, well, it's all fake, and it's probably just a robot. These phone farms usually have tens of thousands of phones that are connected to one computer that's controlling all of them. The way it works is that the people who run this typically take the batteries out of all these phones and then connect all the motherboards together in order to monitor it on one computer. And then, with the use of AI, they're able to generate responses across social media, making it seem like they're coming from a real person, when in fact, it's just one big computer. I don't think you guys understand how sophisticated this actually is, because each phone represents one person, but yet it's all connected to one computer that literally controls all of them.
That's not even that
That's
crazy,
I
bro.
saw something like that a long time ago. So
Peter
wait,
Wanzi,
elaborate on
that
that.
donation, brother Peter, whoever you are. So yeah, you're paranoid. Take us through that.
Yeah, we used to do this at work, like for legitimate reasons, and then I've seen it used for illegitimate. But basically, if you're doing app design, right? If you're making whatever, the TikTok app or the Facebook app or something, and you got to make sure that it works on like the hundreds of freaking Android phones and iPhones and all the different configurations, you can't rely on just simulating it. So they'll go out and they'll buy 100 different phones with all different software and everything and hook them all up. So when they run their app, it'll run on all the different phones. And it's really simple. All it does is you install the same app on 100 phones, and then you send a message that's like, hey, I'm hitting open this app now. Okay, now I'm typing in this word and I'm hitting enter, whatever. And you just send it to all the phones at one time. Just all you got to have is a whole bunch of USB hubs and a whole bunch of USB cables, and that's it. But the legitimate version of that is you're testing to make sure it works on all these phones. But then like an illegitimate version is you're like, okay, now have all of these go to a YouTube channel and enter the live chat and then just say like a random phrase. And now you've actually got 100 real phones that are going, like some of them are connected through LTE and 4G and 5G.
And you can prompt them to all do that.
And they all got their own IP addresses. They all, you can run it with an AI too, where they all their own account. That you would think it's a real person.
Yeah, they've got their own vernacular and everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Like everything in the world, it's just like fake now. You know what I mean? It's hard to tell what is real. Let me turn
Absolutely.
I think we should have been questioning that all along, though. Like people,
No, I
if it took AI for you to question everything that you see and hear and read, then you're a little behind the curve. But at least you're catching up. But imagine there's
really
people out there that still don't care.
Well, it sucks now for people that are such skeptics of like UFOs. Like I saw a UFO when I was like 17, and then I just that's whenever I started going down rabbit holes, and it's like, oh,
what do you think
the
they
footage?
are?
And it's like now, oh well, now the footage is CGI, and it's like,
what do you think they are?
Do I? What I saw, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I definitely think they are like interdimensional. What I saw definitely just defied the laws of physics, and I'm like a low-key nerd. I just always have been. I've always been a science nerd. So when I saw a UFO, I was like 17 again, and this was like when YouTube was kind of just becoming a thing, like really becoming a thing, I guess. And I don't know. I mean, it just made my brain like melt into a million pieces, honestly, because I thought it was something from science fiction movies, not something that I could see in reality. And since then, I've seen many times that I've seen things that were like, oh, maybe that was a UFO. But I'm like actually very I'm typically more of a skeptic. I'm not going to call myself a skeptic because I'm not, because I think there are people that just claim to be skeptics and they're just going to argue with anything conspiratorial, which is also stupid because anything in history people conspired to make happen. So that's dumb as well. But I'm pretty skeptical with things. But there have only been 2 times that I know for sure what I saw did not make any sense. And I could not explain it away in any possible way. And I had other witnesses. And I just think that what I saw was not.
One of those was this last year, I think, wasn't it? You and your mom.
Yeah, it was really bizarre.
I still haven't posted that. We're gonna wait until she starts her stuff up. She's trying to start a podcast here soon, but
it was weird because I saw it. You and I recorded something of me talking about when I saw a UFO, and it happened the next night. Okay, and. Right.
Yeah, she did her first podcast.
Did I summon this by talking about my UFO experience? Like, what is even happening? And I don't know. I tried to explain it. It was not, what is it, Starlink? It was not Starlink. I looked up like the trajectory of all the Starlink satellites, and I've seen so many videos of those. And you recorded Starlink too. It was definitely not Starlink.
Yeah,
So then I downloaded the software to see which satellites, like at that date and time, standing right there in my mom's driveway, like which satellites were like in that trajectory. There were none. I posted on like the local like Facebook mom groups because my mom was like, it has to be Chinese lanterns. Somebody has to be sending up Chinese lanterns from the park over here. And everybody's like, nope, there's been nothing going on. But it happened for, I mean, it was a good 5 minutes. And it was like one after another, but those were like weird orangey glowy orbs. Really bizarre, and they would pulsate. But then I saw some things on Reddit that were saying like those are certain satellites, and when they turn, they reflect the light from the moon or the sun or whatever.
Sounds like bullshit to me.
If it came from Reddit, it probably is.
They looked like pulsating giant orbs, and I have videos of it. And
Yeah,
I
I
ran
was
inside
on-
to get my phone, and I'm recording as I'm running outside, so you can hear my reactions on all of it. And I'm just thinking like, oh, as soon as I get back out here, they're gonna be gone. And it's like, no, there's another one coming out from behind the trees. And then I'm like, there was even a plane. And so I was able to record, here's a plane over here. This is what a plane looks like. Because obviously it was pretty far away. So my camera wasn't recording it as well as something super close. But I could even show, like, this is what a plane looks like compared to what I'm looking at. And they would get brighter and then they would dim. They get brighter and they would dim. And so I was almost like, is what I'm looking at one thing, but because of the dimension that I am in, I'm seeing it as one after another, after another, after another, after another? Or is it actually many things? Or is something just fucking with me because I talked about my UFO experience? Sorry, I didn't mean to curse. He told me not to. Something messing with me because I talked about my UFO experience the night before. It was very bizarre.
I think it's plasma myself, and plasma can be
Really?
sensitive. Yeah, I mean, one time I was on a live video and I had like 1,000 people in my live, and it was like 3 a.m. My dog starts growling at the wall, and it's like 3 a.m. I wake up, I look outside, there's some glowing shit coming down over the hill, and at this time I totally did not believe in aliens, none of that shit, not at all.
Yeah.
But so I go outside and I go live, and I seen this giant orb. I mean, it was so massive. It was like as big as my shed in the backyard, and it came down, landed on top of the hill behind my house, and then I swear to God, something came out of that thing. And but it
Were they
didn't.
tall?
They just looked like light, man. It looked like
Wow.
pure energy. It was the outline of a
Light
body.
beings.
Some of them were tall though, but then one of these followers of mine, they screenshotted it and from the YouTube video, and they sent me. They took the color and temperature and played with it. And bro, when you could see their face, man, they looked. The shit looked like
you could actually see their face on the screen on the screenshots from it.
Yeah, swear to God, you could see their face.
That's
and there's
wild.
people in the chat right now that was there. So, and then
I mean, I believe you. I totally believe you.
Yes, Riggs
I
Mac.
looked-
This is the chair fall chick. Someone in the chat was
Oh,
watching
God.
Chaney's podcast. Thomas is laughing. She came on Chaney's podcast one night and slipped out the
Don't
chair.
It was great, dude.
But
It was
She,
awesome.
she handled it like a G.
She didn't
So-
even
No, I
stop,
don't care at
bro.
all.
She didn't even stop. Like
She
you
didn't
wouldn't
stop.
have
She got back
noticed.
up and kept going. She was talking to someone in the. It was
Well,
before
before that,
hilarious.
I really thought like if I like did this with you and somebody got on some live stream and like was like hating on me, I thought it would like hurt my feelings, and then I was like, oh, actually, I don't care at all.
Yeah, no.
I thought it was
Doesn't matter.
really funny.
No, I mean a lot of other people did too. And somebody else
Apparently,
asked if she was an Aries. No, she's a Virgo.
Cheerful chick. No, that's really interesting that what you were saying that about them being plasma.
When
See,
did
this
that
is what
happen,
worries me
Tommy?
though is I don't know if they're good or not.
When did that happen?
a couple years back,
Angels.
Years back.
I was living in
masquerade
Massillon
as
at the
angels
time.
of light, you know.
yeah, I was out in Massillon, like in the middle of nowhere. It's when I lived by the train track, so I was always seeing weird stuff out there. But yeah, it was crazy. And then when I looked behind me, there was some orb like the size of a basketball rolling down the freaking train tracks. And that's when I was out. I'm like, oh, I'm done. I went inside.
That's crazy that you say that.
I've been done too,
Grant
man.
told us the same experience. He saw an orb and it was on train tracks, and he and his friend followed it.
He back there.
He was painting. Yeah,
He was painting.
He was
Yeah.
a graffiti artist, and
It
he
was
and his
like-
friend followed it.
like
And
a
I mean, Grant
Lexus.
is like our friend that he's like straight
Yeah.
edge. He's never
Don't dox him,
He-
but yeah, it's
well,
my
he's never
homeboy
drank
who
alcohol,
does graph. He's
done
super
nothing.
talented, and yeah, I
Very
forgot he told us.
sober.
And this is someone who would be considered a skeptic as well.
definitely.
So it's like you see skeptics having this experience more because, dude, I haven't had an experience with Bigfoot, UFOs, ghost, anything. And like, I wish I could.
I had
but
a ghost
it just-
experience,
It
too.
doesn't happen.
I have to find the pictures and we could share it.
I've had
sometime.
Experiences. I've had other experience, like near-death experiences before.
But I'm gonna tell you this: when I seen them things, they look demonic to me, bro.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
You're right.
It
I
looked
agree.
demonic. So I don't trust it.
I don't
trust it.
either. I don't. That's the
It's
sense
just
that
one
I
of the
get. I think
alien
demons
stuff.
masquerade as angels of light, and I don't trust it.
But I mean, people swear that they're getting and then why do they always probe people too? That's weird.
They always probe people. Is that what you said?
Yeah. So they're like
Well, they like to
salty.
mix a little pleasure with business, I assume.
Very bizarre.
Has something to do
Well,
with that, I guess.
I listened to this guy the other day talking about whenever he used to do lots of like DMT and stuff, and how he, yeah, exactly, and how he was like on all these drugs, and these angels of light would appear to him and give him all this knowledge and let him know, like, if you keep doing these drugs, you're gonna die, and they'd show him a potential reality of his future, of himself like dead on the bathroom floor and all this stuff. So it was like they were giving him this real revelation of like, clean your life up, fix your life, dude, like you're gonna die. But yet he would just continue. It was like he'd come out of the experience and then just want to do the DMT again and again and again and again, and he wasn't actually fixing his life in any capacity. So he was like, were they angels of light? Like, I don't know. I mean, they were helping me in some capacity, but at the same time, I could never remember the experience enough to even take
I'd
away
say
from it
no,
the meaning.
probably not.
No, I don't think they were at all. I think it's like, even psychedelics, I'm very skeptical. I'm not saying there aren't. I don't know. I'm not saying either way. I just think that people should be really weary, and I think people just really don't exactly know what they're dealing with
they're
when they
getting
open
into.
themselves
Yeah.
up. Because when you open yourself up, like I heard someone explain it once, is like we all have this internal antenna, and when you open yourself up, your antenna is just like, here's a vessel, you know. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm very skeptical of people that think that these are, angels communicating with them or whatever.
Well, it's like Stranger Things, where 11 is like doing her astral projection thing, and then like something looks at her, and she notices like, oh crap, me being out here, like I'm this anomaly, and I'm creating attention to myself, and then all of a
Yep.
sudden it's like chasing her.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, no, that I rewatched Stranger Things whenever I probably shouldn't have let my son watch some of it. And
Whenever you talk about try to not say die on YouTube.
oh, and it messes up the algorithm.
Say like
Oh,
like,
I'm sorry. I'm messing up. Okay, sorry, I'm messing up the algorithm.
No, you guys are good. You're good.
sorry,
We're
Tommy,
almost we're almost
I'm still learning.
done anyways because Paranoid's got to go at 10. So, and I got some stuff I got to handle. But yeah, it was you guys got anything you want to plug though before we close out tonight?
Man, guys, y'all can go follow me on Instagram, graypilled_podcast, and on X, graypilledpod. I'm on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, as well as patreon.com/graypillpodcast. Got a lot of stuff that I'm going to be doing on there soon. I will be streaming in an hour on my channel with Austin Picard. So y'all come hang out. We're going to be talking about Ruby Ridge, some current event stuff going on, and just hanging out on Friday night. So Yeah, Tommy,
Paranoid?
I appreciate you inviting us on, man.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that
no problem.
3 underscores or 2? I
that's-
just made a Twitter recently. 3. Okay, my Twitter is at lady underscore mystique, MYSTIQUE.
MYSTIQUE, lady 3 underscores mystique. But
And
yeah,
Instagram is lady underscore mystique. But I don't use social media a ton, so
Well, don't you have a podcast too, right? The Babylon
tell
podcast.
them
pretty
about-
soon. I'm trying to like make time to like, get stuff
You got
prepared for it.
you just have to have going in separate rooms. So every time Jules does a podcast, you go and do a podcast.
Well, that's
and
what I
then
was trying to do. I was like, maybe I could set up something in our dining room area. Yeah, I have 2 kids, so we have 2 kids, so I've been like kind of starting to prepare stuff to do it though. It's Babylon, but spelled like Babylon. Get it?
And yeah, I got a pretty big one I've been working on with Donut. If you go to illuminaticomic.com, it's almost at like 300. We're probably by this weekend we'll have 300 people signed up. And when I say signed up, you just go to illuminaticomic.com and there's a button there that'll say like notify me on launch or something. Huge button, you can't miss it. You click the button and then you'll create like a Kickstarter account. Basically just giving your email so that when we actually launch the project, you'll get first dibs on it. And it's going to be way more special than any comic we've put out before because it's a Donut collaboration. So I don't want to give too much away. We'll probably end up creating a cool little exclusive limited edition like VHS box that's filled with all sorts of Illuminati related kind of swag, trading cards and stickers and like things that don't even exist yet because we're going to make them specifically for this particular project. And it's
That's
called
awesome.
illuminaticomic.com because it's a comic book about the Bavarian Illuminati, but it's going to have like a cool extra flair. So it's going to cover all the historical aspects of the Alumbrados and Adam Weishaupt and Baron von Nige and like all of the intricate details, but also some crazy like groundbreaking stuff. Like for example, we're going to tie Beyonce and Wu-Tang are in there and Lady Gaga are in there because we have to, because everyone always assumes that. But hear how crazy this is that the original Illuminati, they ran pop music. They actually influenced child pop stars. So when C.S. Bach, one of the kids of the famous Bach, he was completely under Illuminati influence. Every single piece of music that he ever published was published directly by someone in the Bavarian Illuminati. Beethoven, all of his teachers were all Bavarian Illuminati.
This was back when it
Mozart,
was open to be
all
part
Illuminati.
of the Illuminati. Yeah.
And I guess one of the theories that Mozart got taken out because he revealed some of the Illuminati secrets in his play The Magic Flute. So that these are just some of the little things that are worked into this entire pamphlet that we've been working on for the last like year or two. And it's going to be the only color little paranoid pamphlet that I've ever created so far. And I think that it might be limited to whoever signs up. So if you go to illuminaticomic.com and you sign up before it launches, you'll get like some extra cool free swag and stuff. So there's literally no reason to go and sign up just for free. So if you decide to back it when it launches, you'll get a bunch of extra free stuff with it.
And he made a Tommy Truthful character.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that, man. If you go to chosenone.com,
And it looks like me. That's crazy.
Tommy's gonna be he's gonna have a cameo in that. Donut's gonna have a cameo. It's also gonna have Gordo from Those Conspiracy Guys, which is like one of the biggest OG conspiracy podcasts. Yeah, Gordo's the man. So
I only charged him $30,000, guys, for my.
It was a deal.
Yeah.
I talked him down from 30 mil.
No, I didn't charge him shit. But I was shocked that it does look like me, though. When you sent me that, I was laughing my ass off when I seen it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you get a cameo, so you'll have your face on like the title page and links and QR codes, the Truth Mafia and all the stuff. But we introduced Tommy at the end of this episode, and I couldn't even explain the scenario in which we meet him. It wouldn't make sense unless you read the whole entire book. So
And bro, so like when you were looking, you hit me up. He sent me a picture. He's like, bro, who the fuck? This is who they're saying Tommy Truthful is.
Yeah.
And remember I sent you a picture. So the week before that, they had me as first. They got me as Post Malone.
Yeah, that's what I was looking up. I was looking up Google for like pictures of Tommy Truthful, and it kept showing me Post
I'm
Malone.
not that guy. Not that guy.
Oh, that's
No,
funny.
and then it had this other dude with black hair, and then behind him it said some Illuminati shit. And I know exactly who that guy is because I posted a video of him on my Instagram before. But like, they know who I am. They,
Yeah.
I've been on camera before. There's pictures of me all over the internet.
When'd you used to go on camera?
Shit, I got a ton of videos on camera.
I've never seen you on camera, but I've been watching you.
He's all mysterious now.
That's a good idea to podcast off camera.
Well, maybe I
I'm
just
gonna
missed.
hop on
I
here
don't
and
know.
not do my makeup.
Dude,
I'm sure I have
I
seen
don't
you.
need to be on camera no more. I'm reaching enough people off camera.
Yeah.
You know,
They don't care that he's AI. We all know he's AI. They don't care
everybody
though.
knows I'm AI, so
You
they already
use
know.
AI. Wait, do what?
He is AI.
I am
Oh,
AI.
right. Yeah, with the picture.
The real Tommy Truthful's dead. He's been
I
dead.
got you.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I
Gosh,
just
that's probably a
I don't
future.
like
That's
coming
so
on
crazy.
there. It just I don't know, man.
Hey, I
It got
feel
old
you.
after a while. You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand.
Yeah, for sure. For
But
sure.
there's plenty of, and the crazy thing is, I went way more viral off camera.
That's cool.
Yeah, so obviously that they didn't want to see me, I guess.
I'm scaring him.
Well, then the focus is just more of like your content.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of people out there. Waters above Jordan, he's never went on camera. There's tons of them that don't go on
Yeah.
camera, and it's just the real truth behind it all is just some weird shit was going on, real weird shit. And
Understood.
I didn't
Yeah,
want them
for
knowing my
sure.
location. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I
When
definitely
you're
respect
reaching
that.
a lot of people, like just my Facebook alone, I'm reaching 4 million people a
are.
month. We have over
That's
300,000
awesome.
Dude,
followers.
you're
so-
reaching a ton, dude. Like from what I see on Instagram, like if those numbers are up there with Facebook at all, dude, like you're
Yeah,
Well,
that's,
it's
you're
6
killing
million.
it, Tommy.
It's 6 million between Instagram and Facebook.
That's awesome.
That's
Good for
awesome.
you.
I post my analytics. You know what I'm saying? I post
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's
I'm
awesome.
proud
Good
of
for you,
it.
dude.
I worked hard to get where I'm at, but
Yeah.
I've lost 30 different Facebook pages, 32 to be exact.
You've lost 32?
Yeah, that
Oh,
DMV
that just means that you're
number.
onto something. That just means you're telling the truth.
Lost probably.
He is truthful.
I probably lost like 20 something YouTubes. I'll probably lose this one after tonight.
I'm sorry. Is it my fault? I'm sorry.
Sorry, Tommy.
No, I mean,
know it was like that.
Sorry.
We were pretty spicy in the beginning, but it's all right.
Sorry.
Every once in a while,
So
it'll go
it's
under the
your
radar,
fault.
but they'll
It's
pop
not
you
mine.
for it in
It
like
was
8
Joel's
years
fault,
from
not
now.
mine. Just remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah. No, what I'll probably do is leave it up on my
Scapegoat.
Facebook because they don't care on Facebook. Honestly, I haven't had a video taken down so long on there.
Oh, that's cool.
But when the whole Rona shit started, they were hammering us, because they had to get 60%
Yeah.
of the populace to partake in their little genetic modification.
Yeah.
But now they really don't care. They got all the morons to do it, so they can walk around and shed that shit and give it to everyone else.
Yeah.
That's the real shit that's going on there. But yeah, I'll probably take this one off YouTube and just leave it up on my Rumble and Facebook. That way they can't nuke it.
Understood.
Right.
Again, my bad.
No, we was getting into the no hide shit and all that. That's probably what's gonna get me in trouble.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know you started talking about it and I just
You just went with
You
it.
started noticing.
But I get it.
He
Jules,
gave you an inch and you took a mile, Jules.
You're new to this, so
you're right, Tommy. I am still new to this.
Yeah, I was there too, bro. Where I just would talk. After you do it for a while, you learn. That's why I like podcasts.
Donut taught me not to cuss as much. Like just streaming a few times with Donut, that taught me not to cuss as much. But-
Donut's pretty good. There's certain
Yeah,
people
yeah.
though, you start to wonder, like, is this motherfucker an agent? Like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's Phonut. That's his twin brother, Phonut.
Does he have a
But-
twin brother? Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, I've had a couple people do that on me before. Like that one dude you interviewed, Paranoid, the the QAnon dude. Since we're gonna take this down, we could get a little spicy at the end.
The shaman, yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you interviewed him?
Yeah, we interviewed him, and against my better judgment, we went live to YouTube, and he was
On
like,
reality stars?
no, this was with Andreas Zertis. It was on like a
Okay,
Think
okay.
Tank
Oh,
episode or
man. How'd
something,
that
and
go?
he just comes out and he's like, yeah, every show I get on, they get taken down, and it was like, oh, that doesn't sound good. And then like halfway in, it was like a 3-hour interview, and there's a 3-second clip where he says one of the things that you're not supposed to say, and it was like you could just see on everyone that was streaming it to their platforms was all just getting strikes, bing, 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 bing. Like no one's allowed to live stream for 2 weeks now because this one dude for 3 seconds said a thing that you aren't supposed to say, and then everyone was scrambling. He says it. And everyone's like, "Well, that's not what everyone thinks, and that's person's opinion, and it didn't matter." Like the
Doesn't
AI
matter.
heard it and was like, "That."
First of all, it's not a person that you're appealing to. It's a fucking artificial
Right?
intelligence.
Yeah, it's AI.
They
For the
don't give a
record, I
shit.
told him to study how the algorithms work and what to say and not to say.
Yeah,
Actually,
there's
we did
things-
make a list of things to not say. We made our own
There's-
list, and then I was like, we need to
things
study
on
this.
YouTube, yeah, you just can't say, you know. But here's the thing. With the YouTube video, it would have got maybe 3,000, 4,000 views. On Facebook, it'll get a lot of views.
Yeah.
So 15, 20 maybe.
Those Facebook moms, man.
So I'll leave it up on
onto
there.
it. They're onto
Hey
all
Tommy,
of it.
what about me having it on YouTube? Will that affect you?
No.
Nope. You can find out the hard way too.
If they want to strike me, they can.
Yeah,
but-
you're beginning your journey, so get a couple
Good.
strikes under your belt.
Good.
You know?
Yeah, no, it's good.
It's a
And I
badge
mean-
of honor. I'm just tired of
Tommy.
it, bro. You don't know how long I've been doing this shit, and I mean, I built just since me and Paranoid been friends. You watched me lose 2 YouTubes, bro.
It's like
Bro,
playing. It's like
wow.
playing Contra, bro. Like every time you get a strike, it's like you lose a life, and if you lose that third life, there's
It's
no
over.
cheat code, nothing. You got to start all over again.
And they always
Man.
get me. So this is how they'll do it. Like right now, I don't have no warnings or nothing on this new one.
Okay.
And they'll
got you.
they'll hit me with a warning, and then next thing I know, I go on there and my whole channel's gone. Like I don't even get
Wow.
3 strikes like everyone else.
Right.
It's like,
A couple weeks
I get
ago,
it.
YouTube actually came out and they said this was wild, bro. I got this update, and they said they had been giving out strikes and warnings to people, but there was like a glitch in their system so that people weren't getting like the warnings on time. So once they fixed it, people were just getting hit with like, bam, here's 5 warnings. Oh, and by the way, your count's gone now. Like,
Yeah,
even like pace it out.
that sounds like they did that on purpose.
Hell
yeah,
yeah, they did.
definitely. That was definitely intentional.
Yeah, come on, man. You know they do shit like that, bro. But that's why Rumble's
Gotta keep
amazing.
everybody in the matrix.
If I would recommend anything to any new content creator, I would say don't even waste your fucking time on YouTube.
Really?
Just build
Right.
Rumble.
Rumble
That's
is
good
where
to
it's
know.
at. That's where I get. I mean, Rumble and Spotify. I mean, I actually
What's
get
the one that we've been getting hate comments on?
BitChute. I
Little
actually
did
get a
they
lot of views
know
on
that
BitChute
it was
for the
that their
minimum
comments were
content. I mean, I don't
actually
post much content
compliments
on
to
there.
me because they called me a kid. I think I'm a kid, please.
Yeah,
and
I've
thank
gotten
you.
my first hate comments recently on BitChute. Shouts out to those 2 people. Thank y'all for watching.
You'll learn not to even engage with them.
Oh, dude,
I've just
I
been
called
surprised
the
how much
guy
I don't
a
care. I
bundle
thought
of
I'd care,
sticks,
and I'm like,
and
actually, I
told him,
don't
I
care.
said, wow, you really took the time to type this. You're a,
Okay, just don't mess up the algorithm.
you know.
Well, first of all,
it
it's
wasn't
probably
that bad
not
for
even.
one.
Like I said, it's probably not even a real
Yeah,
person.
you're just talking to an FBI bot at that
Yeah,
point.
you know, actually, because remember how the comments didn't make that much sense?
Yep.
They
It
were illiterate.
probably wasn't a real person, actually.
Okay, well,
Damn, so nobody thinks I'm a kid.
Well, AI might.
hey, I want
Maybe.
people to think you're a
You
kid.
know.
I'm not a kid. I just thought it was funny because they thought
Okay.
they clearly thought that I was like
I don't
18
want to
or
think you're a
something.
kid, babe.
Whatever. I didn't
Sorry,
mean it like
Tom.
that. I didn't mean it in a weird way. Okay.
All right.
I want to just devil's advocate for YouTube. It is the place that you get to the normies though. Like Rumble, you can get the hardcore audience and the people that are on
Right.
board, but you gotta we gotta figure out a way to siphon normies out of YouTube onto
Yeah.
Rumble
You
to
know
get them into
who's?
the
You
fold.
want me to tell you the formula, bro? And I'm gonna start busting this shit out because he's killing the game right now doing it. Watch what Russell Brand does, and he's an agent all day.
Wait,
I
what?
don't
He's an
trust that
agent. What do you
motherfucker.
mean?
No, tell
I
her,
mean-
please,
Oh,
please
total
tell
agent.
her.
He was married to a Rothschild. Come
He
on.
was married to a Rothschild. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
was.
either way,
He was.
no, he's definitely
Once a Rothschild, always a
100%.
Yeah, it's like Marines.
But he's got the
He's an
formula
agent.
down. He'll go live on YouTube for about 20 minutes. He puts the
Yeah.
link in his description, tells them, hey guys, the rest of this video will finish up on Rumble, and boom, all the spicy shit is on Rumble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the format. That's how you need to do it because
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
then you're
that makes
building your
sense.
Rumble.
I'd have
You're
to
not
agree
going to
with
get
you.
in trouble. You know what I mean? It's sad that we got to self-censor ourselves, but that's just the reality of it. If not, you're not going to be here.
Yeah, that
I
makes
completely
perfect
understand,
sense.
dude. Yeah, no.
Right
and
now, they're going to
this
let
is
you
your
guys say
channel
whatever
too,
you want.
especially this is your channel. So, yeah, man, I completely understand. There's
Don't you know you'll get away with it for a while because you're not reaching enough people. Once you start reaching a mass amount of people, that's when you're going to start getting censored.
right.
They don't give a
Yeah.
fuck when you got 4 or 5 people. You know what I'm saying?
Or they're
Right.
waiting, they've already got a few on you, and they're just gonna wait until you get big enough, and then they'll be
Right.
like, oh, pop,
Then
pop, pop.
they'll pull them out their jacket. Like,
That
hey,
makes
here
sense.
you go. Found this.
Yeah, it's crazy. It really is
Well,
totally
Wild.
nuts. But yeah, guys, go support Jewel and his girl. This, their podcast. Check them out. Links are in the description.
Thank you.
Make sure you check out my boy
Thank you,
Paranoid American and what he's got going on with Donut. Check out his comics over on paranoidamerican.com. If you got
ParanoidAmerican.com.
kids, he's got one of the best kid books, chemtrails, gets into more gallons and all that.
I gotta get that for my kid. Guys, y'all go watch Secret Society of Good Guys later too at midnight Easter time. Thomas will be on there. He's not gonna push it because he's so humble, but
There you
go
go.
check him out. So y'all come and watch Gray Pill at 10, and then you can go watch Thomas.
Where are you at that on Paranoid? Where
If you go on, well, we
Cheney.
start on YouTube and we transfer, but yeah, there's a channel called Project Cheney, and then also if you just search Secret Society of Good Guys, it's on Rumble, it'll be on X, it'll be on YouTube.
Yeah. they're
shout out
awesome.
to Cheney too. And
Shout out Cheney. Yeah, man.
And yeah, Abby's there, Layla. I think you know all of them at this point, don't you, Tommy?
Yeah, I love Abby.
Yeah, they're awesome.
She's
Yeah,
tight.
shouts out
We
to
did
Good
a
Guys.
OA
Me being
breakdown
a
with
drunk
Abby.
idiot on their podcast.
What about that other
Thanks,
chick?
guys.
Are you still beefing with her?
Me?
Yeah, you were beefing with the one. Rotten
I
Jewel.
wasn't beefing. No, well, you mean the dude that looks like a chick? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Little too
I'm
much
not. I
like
don't
a
want no
chick.
smoke with her,
Hang
bro.
on 1 second.
I do.
I want no smoke at all.
Sorry, guys.
But
She was
yeah,
she was just going through something.
I want it.
I mean, you guys was cool forever.
Oh no. Okay, no, you're actually talking about an actual girl. I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, I think I was about to say you're tripping
What are
right
you talking
now.
about?
I thought you were talking about the flat Earth guy.
Who's he
Oh.
talking about?
No, no. Apparently, the adult comic book I put out
you were
rustled
talking-
some feathers, and so a lot of people have put me into like the evil agent category because I had I had a comic book that had cartoon boobs in it, so apparently that was over the line.
Oh.
Oh wow, that's what she got
Shame
mad
on
about.
Yeah, that's what she got. Well, it was. I'll be specific here. Is that I had a Twitter post and I was like, "Hey, go back this thing," and I had a note. It was like, "It's for adults only," and then I put in parentheses, "unless your parents are really cool" or something, like a joke that like, get it for your kids too. And that was like, "I can't believe you're peddling pornography to
Oh,
kids," and I was
man.
like, "Whoa! That's not even what's going on here." But people take things super literal. So that was
Yeah, they do.
what I understand. That was the line. So I guess I crossed it.
How about your boy Dr. Longo? Have you
And
chatted with
when you said who's that chick that you were beefing with, that's who I thought you were talking about.
No, I wasn't talking
That's
about
who
him.
I thought you were talking about too.
I was going to interview him. He had some dude
I used
message
to
me
enjoy his content.
to interview him, but then he never hit me back. I would have interviewed him, you know.
Yeah, I
See-
mean, that's kind of his MO though, is that like, you know, live vicariously, don't
He's pretty
show up to
pretentious.
things. Dude, I can't tell you how many shows I was gonna do with him and Juan in the past, and the dude he just flakes nonstop. I assume he just smokes a whole bunch of like Mexican dirt weed and passes out and like, where the hell am I? And he's not all together, bro. Like his thoughts don't seem to come in like a stream. It's
He's not
like
happy.
they're yeah, he's not
happy in
a
life.
happy. She's not a happy chick.
Is that the
Not at
one
all.
that hates?
I want the smoke.
Is that the one that doesn't like archaics? Is that him?
I do.
I don't. I got no idea what the interactions are with all the other people.
Yeah, it's like high school. It's like a freaking. I think it is though. I think he's the one that's into all that Tartarian shit, and he messes with archaics, and he got. That's why, you know, I think he didn't like me too much because I interviewed archaics, but I don't give a shit. You know, I don't care what anybody says. No one's ever gonna tell me who I can interview, bro.
If you want to find that episode, you should look it up. It's I forgot it was an episode of Reality Czars.
It's so funny, guys. It's
Dr. Narco Longo, and he has a bitch fit. But it's
And
it was kind of fun.
I was late to that video. Like people were telling me about it. I'm like, what the fuck is everybody talking about? And then finally I watched it and I laughed so hard, bro. I never seen someone bug out like that. Like he was tripping.
Well, that's what made me start putting my Mason hat on. So now whenever someone starts talking ish about, I'll just pop the hat on.
That one.
Yeah, the one that tried to
Oh, that was really dumb. I
call
actually
Thomas
saw
a fat
that.
Mason. Yeah, it
That
was
was so stupid. I wonder
unprovoked
what
and
his,
unacceptable.
like,
You know what?
you
He's
know,
going to be in the
MO was for
comic
that.
too.
Was
He
like,
doesn't
trying
know
to
it.
strategically like just stir things up for the algorithm, or
He
like,
gets a
yeah.
cameo and
it
shows him
seemed
on
like
issue
it was
3.
well thought out, but it was really stupid.
Yeah, he was just angry, but whatever. You know, we're gonna pray
You
for
handled
you.
yourself very well on that, Thomas. By the way, so
Yeah,
Well,
I
thank
told
you.
you, dude.
I'm a
lot of
gentleman
people
and a
noticed
scholar,
that.
I've heard.
do
What
what?
do you,
I've heard I'm a gentleman and a scholar.
Yes.
you
Yeah,
got to. What are you
absolutely.
gonna do?
We
Let
love
him
you.
get you out of your hook, and then it's gonna make you look dumb. You know what I mean? So you just got to be polished. And I would have just laughed at him. I'd have started laughing. I'd have fell out
thought
of
it was
the chair
funny. I was
laughing
just
my
like,
ass
bro,
off.
you're really
Like,
pissed.
bro,
at
you're
life if you're doing
ridiculous
this
right now.
Yeah, straight up. I was just like, man, something's really not going well for you.
Riggs Mac, are you coming to Bro Grove? We'll be there.
Yeah, Tommy, you said you might be in Miami around that time.
Tommy, come to Bohemian Grove, dude.
Bohemian Grove. No, I'm good on
No,
that.
Brohemian Grove. Nephilim Death Squad is putting it on. In Summerfield, Florida, the 27th and 28th, Thomas, or 28th and 29th?
You put me on the spot. I don't know the exact
You're
date. off the top of my head.
literally, you'll be there.
Yeah, I might be down in Miami. I got some shit I got to handle down there. So I was
It's at
talking.
the end of October.
Yeah, I might link
Never
up
been
with
there.
her
Yeah.
down there. I don't know about that, going to that, but I definitely want to.
Well, I think Cheney will be there, Abby, Layla, like
Cheney will be
a
there.
whole bunch of people from Twitter.
I
like,
might
what's
come
some
try to
decent
holler at
followers
Abby. You know?
Isaac's Army will be there, I think.
I'm
Few
gonna take
people will be
I'm gonna
there.
take Abby out to
Yeah,
dinner
we're,
when I
we're
come down
definitely
there.
trying to go.
Try to holler at her and
Try to
shit.
go though. So
She's like in better shape than all of us. She'll beat the shit out of every.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. What do you mean
Shit
trying?
out of me.
Abby's like super, in shape, man. She's cool as hell though. She's
Oh, yeah, she's awesome.
and she's awesome to podcast with like the dream hacking stuff. That was so fascinating when we had that conversation. She's very intelligent. But
I've heard that. I'll have to
I need to
listen
have the
that.
good guys on Gray Pilled. Thomas, you should let them know.
It's a hard group of cats to wrangle, man.
I know. We're gonna get them wrangled.
wrangle them up. But we're gonna sign off. We're at exactly an hour and 33 minutes in, guys, which is the number of the simulation. So that's
322, episode 322, guys.
there you
Thank y'all
go.
for watching.
Thanks for watching. Smash that like button.
Bye. Nice.